giving people space to grieve right now is kind of what's most needed.
Tonight, how the community of Anaconda is feeling with eyes on them across the nation. Plus, more from last night's Great Falls City Commission meeting.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
Good evening and thanks for trusting MTN for your 530 News. I'm Tim McGonigal. Well, it's now the 6th day of the search for Michael Brown, the man accused of shooting and killing 4 people in Anaconda last Friday. Today, MTN's Megan Elaine spoke with residents of Anaconda to see how they are feeling about the national attention that their small town has garnered.
Accused of killing 4 people at an Anaconda bar.
With the manhunt continuing,
tragedy struck the town of Anaconda. After nearly a week of live news, breaking coverage, and national headlines, the small town of Anaconda is starting to feel tired. What started out as fear for most has now turned into frustration.
The search for the suspect, the loss of life, the impact on the community, the impact on businesses, the media attention, obviously.
Selena Van Heiding with the Anaconda Chamber says there's a palpable weight hanging over the town.
There's a lot of uncertainty because people just don't know what's happening.
When I tried to speak with people, many declined. Some closed their doors. Others said they're just tired of seeing the same story over and over. One man shared with me the thing he's most frustrated with, quote, not really knowing what's going on. It's the same news all the time. As the town is crawling with media looking for reactions, Selena says it's clear.
And I think a lot of people are really shaken up over it, and especially because it's garnered so much attention and it's such a big thing. People just don't really know how to react to something like this, which is completely understandable.
One reason Selena said the chamber canceled the annual Spelterman's event. She wants to give the town a chance to breathe.
I don't know that it will start until the suspect is caught, but I think that giving people space to grieve right now is kind of what's most needed.
For previous coverage and updates, visit our website. In Anaconda, Megan Elaine, MTN News.
We started your Wednesday off with a lot of sunshine, but the cloud cover has been increasing from west to east throughout the day today. So a lot of us in central and western Montana currently have mostly cloudy to overcast skies, and this is a live look at Applegard Mountain in Glacier National Park, showing the overcast skies there. Even though there is a lot of cloud cover in western and portions of central Montana, it is still mainly dry. Just a few showers beginning to develop in the western half of the state right now. Temperatures are in the 80s for a lot of us, so it is warm outside. And as we go through the next few days, the temperatures are going to be cooling down, and scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected as the number level trough is going to be in control of our weather. Now more details about that precipitation and the cooler temperatures in my full forecast in a few minutes.
Last night, Great Falls City Commissioners voted 4-1 to send the issue of banning the sale and lighting of certain fireworks in city limits to voters in November. MTN's Justin Robichaud has more from the meeting that sparked some emotional testimony.
On Tuesday, emotions ran high at City Hall. Commissioners and residents debated over whether to restrict the use of fireworks and put it on a ballot in November for the people to vote on. Sunday Rosberg says the fireworks caused one of her dogs to severely wound her 3-legged rescue dog.
She went towards the window where there were fireworks, and she violently grabbed my other rescue dog by the head, and it was a very traumatizing kill attack.
The result of the attack, Rosberg had to euthanize the dog.
I ended up being the one that had to put her down. So it's probably the worst thing I've ever gone through. I go to trauma therapy regularly for it.
She is in favor of restricting fireworks.
I am not in favor of fireworks. Also, a lot of people are drinking and not paying attention. I just don't think it's safe anymore.
Valinda Holland disagrees and says restricting fireworks for all is not the answer.
It does propose an all-out blanket ban, which I am fully against. I just really think that we need to actually look at actual solutions to the problems.
She says residents are responsible.
We have plenty of law-abiding citizens who are doing all of the things that are required, and being respectful and, practicing safety.
Holland, on the flip side, recognizes there are some bad apples out there.
there's criminals out there and there's people who are not going to follow the rules, and proposing all-out bans isn't going, it's never worked in the past for any other thing that we've done.
Commissioner Rick Tryon says leaving the matter to residents is the best course of action.
People that live in this community are the most affected, one way or the other, by this. Let's let them decide. And when they make that decision, then it's up to us to abide by it.
The lone dissent, Commissioner Joe McKinney, says the council should vote on this, as leaving it to the public could divide the community.
I would rather the community be mad at me because I was accountable and I made a decision than to be mad at each other. I have thick skin. It's what I signed up for.
In Great Falls, Justin Robichaux, MTN News.
Also at last night's meeting, commissioners voted unanimously to increase property taxes. That move is expected to generate almost $450,000 for the city. As for the impact on homeowners, the owner of a $300,000 property will see a yearly increase of $7.74. Well, it's a place people visit and a place that many choose to stay. Tonight, MTN's Quentin Shores explores the different paths that have led people to Great Falls and why some choose to call it home.
As a black man in Montana, I am very aware of the fact that oftentimes I'm the only person who looks like me in any given room, building, and in rare cases, city. Although isolating at times, it got me wondering, what is the background and diversity of a town like Great Falls? Outside of white, the main three racial groups within Great Falls during its founding were Chinese, Native American, and African American.
The very first family to move to Great Falls that were African American were Ed and Elizabeth Sims. Incredible couple. They moved here in 1886, so as soon as Great Falls had enough of a build-up, so there were service industry jobs, hotels, restaurants, and so on, African Americans started moving into the new town.
Historian Ken Robison explains that African Americans and Chinese people would make up the working class in the town's early years, tending bars, running restaurants, and providing entertainment. But it took time to see progress in racial harmony.
World War II, we were an ally of China, and the attitudes toward Chinese were finally beginning to shift.
Robison works to revise history and include stories from overlooked minority groups. But he isn't the only one with a noble mission, such as the YWCA with their mission
to eliminate racism and empower women and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity to all.
Sandy explained to me the progress that Great Falls has made as a community.
Juneteenth, which is open to the community, and we have people of all ages and all ethnic backgrounds, and it's a really lovely celebration. I think we need to do more celebrating because we've got a lot of hard things happening within our world right now, and the last thing we need to do is divide more.
Surprisingly, the town of Great Falls has expanded in record time, with approximately 1.7 overnight visitors having been recorded last year. This would lead to a wider range of diverse ethnic groups coming to town from different parts of the world.
Alberta, Washington, Wyoming, Idaho, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah. But we see people come from everywhere. So it's fairly normal for us to see a visitor from New Zealand or Australia or Tokyo or China.
So we know why they travel, but why do they stay in Great Falls?
When we look at the net migration of people coming into Great Falls and people who have visited Great Falls, a lot of those communities are some of the same communities that have been visitors once. And we do know that from the visitor experience, a lot of the economic impact that does happen within a community starts with a visit.
In Great Falls, I'm Quentin Shores, MTN News.
As the beginning of the school year quickly approaches, so does the need for school supplies. Many families are feeling the pinch. And on Thursday, you can make a big difference for local students with just one simple act of kindness. The United Way's 15th annual Stuff the Bus event kicks off tomorrow at both Walmart locations and Target in Great Falls. Volunteers will be outside collecting donations of school supplies, from pencils and notebooks to shampoo and toothpaste, all packed into bright yellow school buses. Last year, the event brought in over 18,000 items to support local students.
The need in our community is very real. Last year, our Great Falls Public Schools had more than 500 homeless students. Unfortunately, expenses are going up. That's expenses for school supplies, but expenses for everything else.
The Stuff the Bus Drive aims to make sure every student has what they need to be successful, and the event runs Thursday, August 7th from 8:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. If your family needs supplies, United Way will be handing out backpacks at the Back to School Blast on August 15th from 1 to 3 p.m. at Montana Expo Park.
Kids absolutely love blueberries.
Tonight's Montana Ag Report showcases a new blueberry farm in the Flathead.
From Montana's news leader, you're watching the MTN 530 News.
Two families in the Flathead Valley have come together to create a You Pick blueberry patch just west of Kalispell. The blueberries are organic, non-GMO, and are as tasty as they look. Tonight, MTN's Sean Wells has more on this new farming adventure in the Flathead for our Montana Ag Report.
Well, these are very healthy, great flavor, and they go well with just about everything.
Cobblers, pies, and vanilla ice cream, to name a few.
I've been making quite a bit of blueberry muffins.
Chris and Stephanie Rash, alongside Danica and Alvin Young, co-own Hidden Meadow Berries off Ashley Lake Road west of Kalispell.
They just taste really good, and they're really high in antioxidants. They're super healthy for you. It's a great snack or lunch. If you forgot your lunch, it works great.
The families hauled up 5 semi-loads of blueberry bushes from Junction City, Oregon, and planted them in early July.
This one's so full it's bending over there.
Each bush produces roughly 15 to 20 pounds of berries.
We picked one row, thought we cleaned it up, and went back the next day. It looked like we didn't even touch it, so.
900 blueberry bushes now sit on 2 acres on the Young's family property.
We're always up for a new challenge, and I think this is a pretty good challenge to see how we do.
Hidden Meadow Berries offers You Pick by appointment and also sells take-home blueberry bushes.
We have the ability to let's take and give people what they would love to have in their yards. If they don't have the room in their yards, they can come here and pick. And if they want to plant some in their yards, we'll sell these great healthy blueberry bushes to them.
Chris says a take-home blueberry bush costs around $150, while You Pick charges $5 a pound.
Picking something that they can enjoy later, that's cheaper than buying it from the local grocery store.
Hidden Meadow Berries will be open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. until harvest wraps up in early fall.
So far, just eating them plain seems to be the best option. But ice cream is a second, very close second.
In Kalispell, Sean Wells, MTA News.
Claire's, the popular teen accessory store, has filed for bankruptcy for the second time in 6 years. The 64-year-old mall retailer is struggling with online competition, mounting debt, and tariff uncertainties. Claire's relies heavily on imports from Asian countries affected by recent trade policies. Since its first bankruptcy in 2018, the chain has shrunk from 4,500 stores to about 2,700 locations across 17 countries.